Hey, good evening, everybody. Tattoo with you for In the Crease. We are back after a week or so layoff. Last week I had the stomach upsetnesses. Won't get into details, but tonight we are back with the great Sean Hoy, Cat Whisperer, D Whisperer, and the one and only Bobby Wow. Bobby two times Chicago sports expert. Mainly, we're going to focus on tomorrow since there's only one game tonight, and maybe talk some holiday stuff, and maybe even possibly allow some football questions if warranted. Tonight we have one game. We have the team from Dallas who. Well, let me go back real quick. Let me pause. I went into Geek's channel the other day, and it wasn't fun for Dallas fans, and it was 21-0, and I have the receipts, and I said Dallas's comeback will be epic, and
you called that? You have the receipts,
and I went immediately and took Dallas at plus 1,400, and.
This is the dude that hits like 9-leg parlays.
You had that Marshawn Nealand in them.
Yeah.
I think they came out so ready, and then it just started falling apart. And then I think they just like, dude, we got to win this for Nealand. Like, we got to get it together. They were just making a lot of mistakes, and I just felt like, hey, if they can quit making mistakes, they're gonna do something.
That's incredible. What a play! Wow.
So I will take my victory lap on that one. And I said something on pre-lock. I told, I said Dallas is gonna win today. I was like, and I didn't look very good at 21-0, but but it happened. But speaking of Dallas, we also have the Dallas Stars, Raz's team, playing the greatest team in the history of hockey, the Edmonton Oilers. But haven't been playing great this season. We got a showdown, which is not my favorite. Do you play many I know you play NFL showdowns. Do you have any thoughts on hockey showdowns, Bobby?
That's one of the things I was going to ask you guys. Is what in the world are we doing with showdown slates on hockey? Like, are we correlate? What's the correlation? Do things change from a correlation perspective?
Not for me.
Okay.
I still try to correlate. Now, FanDuel, you might not have to play a goalie, I don't think. Where at DraftKings, you have to make the decision whether to play a goalie or not. I'm usually anti-goalie, but I try to stack at least, try to get one team's 5-on-5 or power play. And Edmonton's not tough. You got to pay up for McDavid or Draisaitl, but their line partners are cheap. They're not hard at all with Savoy, and Roslovic's price is going up as it should. I think he's already got like 9 goals with Edmonton since he's been there. And then you got Mangiapane and Podkolskin.
Oh, boy.
It's not the easiest name to say. I'm not Russian. Podkolskin. And even a third line of Frederick, Enrique, and Hyman is not a bad pay down. But, yeah, I still try to correlate. I just have to make the decision on goalie or not. That's the one.
I haven't done deep dives into what wins most frequently, but I will say, just like yesterday, or 2 days ago, I think it was, there's a lot of 1-0 games. I had a Decord get a shutout and lose,
which that's just how I roll, man. But
Yeah, I stacked
it
out.
happens. Like I would either do all offense, or like goalie with like a stack, or double goalie. Like
Yeah. This was
So
all
now-
games that the goalies are not the most expensive players.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you kind of are you jamming the stud in at captain, or is it kind of like NFL where you can, based on the slate, you can actually put a cheap piece up there, or try and get some value in the captain position so you can fill out your flex?
I like to put, if there's decent value, like I made one lineup tonight, and Jack Roslovic was my captain because he's been hot and he's on line one with McDavid, and I think he's on the second power play. But I think he shoots a lot, so I think he's got the upside to at least get me the bonus on shots on goal. And then he's got McDavid, so you always, you got a chance to score goals because he's going to put it on your stick. So
not trying to, it makes sense. Not trying to force McDavid and Draisaitl into every lineup at captain necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight I actually
football.
like your little Henrique Hyman thing on the third line. That's like also on the power play. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're both on
Weird.
power play one. So yeah, you could even go that route. You could take McDavid or Draisaitl and tag him up with those two on power play one. See Dallas. The first line, you got Robertson, Hintz, and that's the name. Like, it should be easy, but it's hard for me.
Tyler Sagan.
Sagan. I'm like, Seguin. Like, no, it's just pussy. That would probably be my favorite line on Dallas. Jamie Benn, Wyatt Johnson, and Sam Steele doesn't have the same effect for me, but you do get Wyatt Johnson on power play one with those guys. But Edmonton plays better at home. Last time I said that, Colorado beat them 9-1. But Edmonton pairs up well with Dallas, I think. They've knocked him out of the playoffs a couple years in a row, I believe. At least I know they did last year. So don't really – it's a hard game to say whether it's going to –
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be 2-1 or is it going to be 6-4? I think you go either way with his teams. With no Mikko, I have a little more confidence in Edmonton tonight. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to try to Nostradamus this. This is just a complete gamble. Like, you got two very even teams, like, in the most variant sport in the industry. But, I mean, there's a slight edge to be had, with our tools and stuff. So, might as well throw a dart.
Yeah.
Or 150.
Well, a lot of times the numbers that are the most important are ownership.
Yeah.
Just play that game. So, which, like I said, in hockey, I'm a small field player, so I'm always eating a little chalk and then getting different some other way. But, I mean, sometimes you got a small space, especially like, it's hard to fade McKinnon in a small field because everybody's going to have him. So you got to make that decision. But not a whole lot to talk about tonight, just that one game. So let me go back to where I was. First game we have tomorrow are the Rangers and the Hurricanes. What do you think, Sean? GPP game, any cash or single entry relevance here?
I'm always.
Can I stop real quick? I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Oh, what's up?
This is just something we had talked about before, and I forgot. But I get it up there. Welcome to Charles, our new channel member. So sorry, Charles, if I forgot to mention you earlier. But welcome and thank you for joining us. All right, Sean. Back to you.
I mean, the Rangers are playing a lot better recently. But always against Carolina, I'm just gonna look at goaltending against them. Like, they could destroy the Rangers, but they could also put up 50 shots and, Shesterkin still balls out, because I do not think it's going to be the other goalie because Jonathan Quick is hurt. So I think it's just Shesterkin for now. And he's just going to get worn out.
Tonight, so he's not back-to-back.
But yeah, other than that, that game should be like pretty tight and boring for me.
Yeah. It's with some of the other games on here, it's certainly not probably where I'll plant my single entry flag. So. You have any thoughts on that one, Bobby? Or
no, probably not. I think I'm gonna let the experts weigh in on these.
Yeah. If you have any questions, Bobby, go ahead. And like, your team's playing a big game tomorrow in your division. Like, getting you set up for football the next day.
Yeah, I guess kind of off the rip, more of a general question. Like, obviously tonight's a one gamer, and then you got the opposite tomorrow. What, it's like a 13 game slate, something crazy. Yeah. Does anything change in your process for a massive slate like that? Are you trying to, spread a little bit more rather than have like, some of those bigger 3-2 stacks, or is it really just the same? Doesn't matter how many games played, the process is the process.
The process is kind of the process, but I think I try to stack harder on a huge slate and try to, really like 4-3 or even a 5-2. Just try to plant my, flag on a couple teams. And excuse me, like if I was a 20 max, I would probably pick 3, maybe 4 teams to be my main stack and try to just go as much all in as I could on those.
Yeah, where there's more games and more players to choose from, there is more opportunity for people to fail. So you don't, like, usually somehow on these bigger slates, some of the times it's a lesser score that gets you to the cash line. I know we want to win, but it also makes it that much harder to win because there's going to be some outlier nuts that people are just kind of getting lucky and binking. But yeah, I generally keep the same process, and it's really hard since I don't like MME in hockey, and I probably need to start. But it's hard for me to find like my favorite 3 or 4 out of every team,
right?
Like, but something like the values are going to be the values, and you just have to identify them, and that's what we try to do.
Yeah, a lot of times it's gut, because I'm sure, like Sean, I consume massive amounts of hockey every night. Watching, from 7 p.m. until 1 a.m., I'm pretty much watching different games. So a lot of time for me, it's feel, which I'm obviously not always right on that. But we have an incredible research station for hockey, and it really, really gives you some good information. I'll go to skaters and scroll over to implied chance and scoring. and kind of check out those team who's on the power plays. You can go back to the today's games tab, and it breaks down everything. Last 5, last 10, you can see goalies. It's a lot of information in there, so I definitely use that. And then, like I said, I kind of go with feel for the teams I pick. And I don't think the Rangers and Hurricanes would be one of those.
Yeah, like just scrolling through for tomorrow, I know the Penguins-Sabres game is going to draw some interest probably. Probably
the Sabres have been playing better.
Yeah.
Since Darlene came back. You like that? I got Darlene.
Probably the Jackets, Maple Leafs, the Red Wings at home always, the Devils and Blues, you know, and then everyone is always going to have whenever like the Avs at this point. McKinnon, think of McKinnon as Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. Like it's just too important. Like it's every time. Like he'll screw you over every once in a while, but he's getting like 30 points.
60-point upside, which is ridiculous in hockey. You know?
That's crazy.
The Avalanche at home against the Sharks, even though like the Sharks are decent, like on a 16-game slate, that's where
Sharks are better at home.
A lot of people are gonna go.
Shit.
So if you go like if you're MMEing and you go underweight and they have a subpar game like they did against your Blackhawks, Bobby, who couldn't win, only giving up one touch.
That game.
Oh,
we should get a point for that one. Keeping just a 1-goal game.
I know.
No, Spencer Knight looks good. And feel free if you guys want to dive into specific games. Let's do it. But I have a couple more general questions too. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, fire away. I mean,
that's what this is about.
And again, just try and maybe there's some beginners out there like me who are trying to figure this whole hockey thing out, get it into a groove. But you know, you mentioned the research station with DFS Army. You know, mentioned looking at certain games and things like that. Are there specific stats or even like props or lines that you look at as you're trying to identify like the top games or the top targets from each game? Like in the research station, for example, are there specific areas where you're really honing in on and kind of focusing your energy on specific stats?
I've been having trouble getting into opening Chrome. Try real quick.
On the line side, like my inclination would be to try to find games with a higher goal total, but oftentimes there's really only like a 1-goal difference.
Yeah,
for the lowest and highest teams. So
I know Tat looks at a lot of like the props and stuff, so I'll let him go here in a minute. But yeah, like you said, they're usually 5.5 to 6.5 totals. It's hard to like pick that out. But I mean, I don't know, Tat, if you want to take it over. I had a thought and then I lost it.
Yeah, let me see if this actually opens.
I think he's trying to pull the research station open. Which
yeah.
Great.
Oh,
I didn't want now.
Some of like the major things, like I know it sounds like kind of noobish to like open up the game log and whatever, but time on ice is a big one for me. Even like if someone on daily face-off or whatever like source you're using for lines, if someone's on like the third line or whatever, you're like, oh, I don't want to use him. But like he's playing, like he's a center that's like 3,000, that's like playing 18 minutes. He's got a floor to him. Like even if he's not producing there, it's kind of like NBA in that sense. But also just shots and blocks and just like the little things that get you over the edge. That's like literally what Nathan McKinnon and Werenski rely on. Like McDavid's always going to be like right there with McKinnon, but McKinnon will shoot 11 times or something. He just doesn't care.
Under the skaters tab, like I said, I wish I could pull it up here and make more sense. But you can scroll over to projections, and it has their projected block shots. So you can kind of sometimes find those cheaper defensemen who are projected to, get a lot of shots. I mean, block shots. You can sort by projected chance to score.
Yeah.
You can scroll over and see their guys' consistency with hitting, 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, and kind of see who's consistently, hitting value. On the game by game tab, it'll go through and tell you, the last 10 on the road, goals against, goals for. So like, are you, and then a breakdown who's scoring on the power plays. So it kind of really breaks down each team for you. You can, say like, well, man, the Hurricanes. Thank you, Bobby.
I think I might have messed something up, but I tried to get the.
No, but yeah, I would say, it shows, DVP and like what teams give up points to that position, and stuff like that. Then I said goals for at home, goals against at home, where they rank. Normally it's got the colors, so it shows red, green, what's good, what's bad. But I'll use this and see like how teams are doing. Skaters tab, like I scroll over. I'll tell you, that's how I did goal of the day almost every day last year. Is I scroll over to implied scoring, and then kind of look between us, assist and goals. And a lot of times I would just pick, a guy from up in there to score. Or if you see a lot of players from the same team pop up, I'm like, dang, like the research station really loves the Montreal guys tonight. I might take a chance on Montreal. But yeah, I go over and, sort by blocks, and sometimes you can find that cheap defender, who, and you shots on goal and block shots together. See if, they're shooting the puck too. It'll show you implied chance that they're going to be on a power play. So, and even back on the other tab, you can see, do they, is this team good at killing the power play? Is this team good on the power play? It's just, hockey can be like baseball, and it's just, it's a lot of research, and a lot of things to look at that are then just completely volatile. And,
You just put our special guest to sleep, Tad.
No, this is great info.
No, I'm just kidding. You know who we are, Bobby Wow. You know who Tad and I are. Have you ever seen the movie Moneyball?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
He
One of
is
the all-time
Jonah
greats.
Hill, and I am the scout that gets fired by Brad Pitt.
That's fantastic.
I'm just like, yeah, but he can't hit. And he's just like in the
why
numbers.
do we like him?
Gets on base.
Because all right, as far as tomorrow, as we're going through, I'll kind of bounce through the games and see where we have interest, Sean. Bruins and Islanders they're GPP for me,
No, a good exercise here. I don't know if Bobby, if you have it up, but like as you claim to be the layman, if you scroll through the games,
he's not layman in anything.
I know he's not, but
No, I definitely am.
If you scroll through the games tomorrow, if you have it up like on your phone or something,
Yep.
Tell me what catches your eye, and then that is probably going to be the most owned, because I do that all the time with like all the other sports. I'm just like, that's probably where the general public's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's got to be the Avalanche and the Sharks is probably one of the first places I look.
That's same.
Yeah,
and it feels like
I
the Sharks playing better is actually like a good thing overall for the Avalanche too, right? Like if you can get some of that bounce back ping pong scoring. I don't know if it's the same as NFL in that sense, but feels like a more competitive game could be a good thing for the Avalanche.
Yeah, generally in hockey, if a game, and Tat knows all too well, it used to be like the 2-goal lead was the worst lead, and now it's like kind of like the 3. It's like the 2 or the 3. My team, the Jackets, if they like kept all their 2-goal leads, they'd be like a top 3 team right now. They cannot finish a game, and it's so frustrating. But basically, if there's a top heavy team like the Avs, they will run their top guys most of the game more frequently than their fourth line. They usually don't roll 4 lines, but if they get ahead, then they might do it a little bit more. But if it's like really close, like within 2, then they want to make sure they win. They'll still play all the crucial minutes.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So the time on ice, more likely to be on the top end of what they typically see if it's a more competitive game rather than a blowout.
Yeah, and there's a lot of the times, especially like there's like a feel to every game. Like if there's some nonsense going on, like for example, if Chicago's up, by 4 or something, they don't want Bedard to go out, in the final 5 minutes and mess around. Like,
right, you got teams taking cheap shots anyway. Just hate to see it.
Yeah, even though they kind of try to stay away from the stars.
Well, and Tat knows. I mean, my team already played your team twice, and they were crazy close games. And then in the final 10 minutes, every other shift was McDavid and Draisaitl. I'm like, get these dudes out of here.
Yeah, when push comes to shove, he's going to throw them together, and they've been playing a lot of penalty kill together this year.
That we blew that. Like, remember how mad I was when I was texting you? We had a power play with 2 minutes left, up 1.
Oh God, with that,
and they were killing the penalty, and we like threw a different power play unit up there that with 2 defensemen that like had never played together, and then you guys scored a shorthanded goal at a time. Like, what are we doing? Like, just
both of them were great
in the corner and lay on it.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable unless Edmonton's up by at least 4, and then I'm still not,
well, that's just because you don't have a goalie.
That's true. I mean, the other night, was it Florida we were playing when we got up 5-2 or something like that, and I was like, how are we going to blow this? And then it's like, 5-4. Like, God damn, we let them come back. But it's just a style of play, too. And we make a ton of mistakes. Bouchard should not. He doesn't play defense. Jets and the Capitals is interesting, especially they got no Helly for the Jets, and the Capitals seem to be just scoring goals left and right. So,
dude, that's another thing that I was like, because I'm an Olympic nerd, and I keep forgetting to mention this. The reason why there's so many more injuries this year is the condensed schedule. I think every team is like, my team's finally getting injured, and it's like really frustrating. I was thinking about that the other week when like we had a home game in Columbus, and then we had a back-to-back all the way in Winnipeg. I'm like, what is going on? But
is Sean Chikrin the most underrated defenseman in hockey?
Why? Because he snatched my heart yesterday? No, we didn't have a chance in that game. No, he's really good. It's just
right. You know, Carlson, who's great, but I mean, Chikrin is one of the top D-men in all of hockey.
he's crazy.
So I would actually have some thoughts on Washington tomorrow and want to get them in some lineups.
I agree. Winnipeg,
Jets not so much. Unless Lindgren's in goal.
Winnipeg
still
does
play
slow the game down though.
But I wouldn't play any Jets if Logan Thompson's in goal. And
so are there goalies that you will stay away from like throughout the course of the season as you build lineups, or are there certain players that kind of like supersede the really good goalie in your eyes?
It's kind of slate dependent for me.
Okay.
Like in general, like, yeah, I do not want any part of right now. It's, as Tat said, Logan Thompson, Jake Ottinger, but like you might not have a choice tonight. Hellebuck.
Regular season.
And right now, Spencer Knight. I am scared of him.
Spencer Knight. Yeah.
But I'm probably forgetting a couple, but like
Joey DeCord.
Yeah.
Wild's rookie goalie, Wallstead or whatever.
But if it's a small slate and, you know, it's going to be super contrarian to stack against them, then I'll take my shot.
I find more that there's teams that I don't play goalies against. And that may just be based on shot volume. That I'm not going to pay. I don't play usually goalies against Florida. You know, if I just don't think I'm going to get the shot volume, it's just not worth it to me. I'd rather play the Sharks goalie versus the Avs because he's going to be 6,900 and get bombed. And if he could limit it to 2 or 3, you know, he might pay off. So I find it more like there's no really goalie that I'm afraid of. So necessarily, but I wouldn't target Helly at home, or I wouldn't target Logan Thompson necessarily. So, how about this Toronto and Blue Jackets, Sean?
So I got I'm awaiting a lot of injury news, but it's a thing to just keep in the back of our minds right now, where opposing defensemen are just torching the Jackets more than like the top forwards for some reason. Like yesterday, Chikrin had 2, Carlson had 1, and Faravari had 1. And then the game before, it was like Ben Sherratt and Mo Seider. Like it's all season. Like Matt Schaefer had 2. Like it's something's going on tape that like the opposing coaches are like, we're doing this until they fix it. I don't know what it is. I'm not a coach. But it's something to keep in the back of your mind. So if it's like Morgan Riley tomorrow, do like a little mini stack.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Yeah. Really, it's anyone at this point.
And to jump back a game real quick, just for 1 point, the Capitals are a defensive scoring team too. Like their defensemen score a lot.
Yeah.
But I think the Blue Jackets and Leafs is a all formats play.
Yeah, and we've thumped the Leafs so far this year, and they're gonna be pissed off.
They give up a ton of goals.
There's a lot of injury news all around in that game because Matthews and Nyes are both like. Toronto's very shady about like their injuries. No one knows.
Matthews is going to be out for the season.
No, he's close. But that's what I'm saying. Like you think that I'm like, oh, he's like full go. Like no one knows.
Yeah,
they're terrible. I feel like if the NFL did that, like there'd be like major gambling complaints.
No. You can still gamble, Charlie.
Yeah, that is kind of one of the frustrating things I find is hockey coaches and teams are generally very vague about any sort of injury. It's always,
It's upper body,
day-to-day upper body injury. We'll update.
Yeah, it's like, did he sprain his pinky or did his arm fall off? They're like, I don't know. It's upper body.
Like
They at least
Nazar
did
got hurt.
the
Nazar
Jack
got hit in
Hughes
the
thing.
knee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it looked like maybe like it would look bad. It looked really bad when it happened. It was like 2 weeks ago. And, of course, they came out the next day. He's day to day with a lower body injury. It's like, oh, come on. Just let us know what's going on.
Then it comes out at the end of the season. He had a lacerated spleen.
You got a couple of Olympic sweats going on. Like if I was the Olympic dude for Canada, like I know people are saying like Celebrini is like on the team because he's awesome. I would just bring Celebrini, Bedard, and Schaefer and not promise them any playing time.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe they'll get in against like a weird ass country, but like
what about McDavid with Bedard and Celebrini on the wings?
Jesus.
I mean, like Crosby and Marchand and them are gonna like they have their spots, but like do they really need to play against like Kazakhstan or something?
Yeah.
They know
why not bring Bedard and Celebrini? Like I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like, what's the harm?
They should.
They're two of the best players in the league right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what like
three if you include
what the heads of those organizations want is like experience winning Stanley Cups and gold medals and stuff. I'm like, you got like just like IRL, you gotta get experience somehow. Like, you're not getting like, ooh, this entry level position needs 6 years experience or whatever.
And you need different style players to build a team, not just necessarily an all-star team of the best players. You need the the more chance to go out there and aggravate the shit out of people.
But also like U.S. goalie is like one of like the biggest strengths of the U.S. with Hellebuck and all them. If Hellebuck's out for 6 weeks, like you could bring him as an injury replacement, but like why would you rush him back, especially like since he can't win big games? Like he's still really good, but like it's on like I would invite Spencer Knight right now or Joey Decord.
Yeah, it's some
Patrick Demko sucks.
Hockey. I mean, there's a lot of young Leo Carlson. Like he was drafted behind Bedard, right?
Yeah, he's gonna play for Sweden.
Yeah. While we're at it, let's get Nazar on the U.S. team.
He's invited to like work out with them, which is like awesome enough.
It is awesome. I have no complaints.
Yeah, Chicago's really, surprised me that they've kept it up. But and Bedard has impressed me. I told Bob when that year I said that Bedard would have a bigger impact on his sport than Victor Wembanyama, which I'm not 100% sure I'm correct right now, but I mean, I just think as far as their effect on the sport, Bedard's going to have a bigger influence. I
was going to say for better or worse, I might look like Skip Bayless, but you do not look like Stephen A. So let's not do this.
I don't have a Stephen A impression. I could come to it.
But no, I was actually like, just while we were shooting the shit, I was going to tell Bobby, like his team is like decent somehow. And like your young D, like D is like the position that takes the longest to develop. And like, they're still like, they're going to grow so much. So like, that's the exciting part for me, for you, isn't like Nazar and Bedard being like good. It's the young D still have a lot to learn and they're still like doing things. Because I remember when Werenski was young and now he's like 27 and like top 3. I was like, he was just like a little kid getting beat up. And that's why I'm so excited about Denton Matejchuk on my team, because he looks better than Werenski did at 21. And you guys, that Levshinov is like a mutant.
Yeah.
Bobby, I was
Been
wondering,
great.
if y'all are in the playoff hunt at trade deadline, would you want to be buyers or kind of stay the course and keep, building, unless there's, something easy to get rid of? But would y'all want to be buyers or?
Probably not. Look, in Davidson, I trust. Okay, so let me just put that out there. Whatever he decides to do, I'm fully on board. I really love how everything's kind of been set up here. It feels like the system is being built kind of from the ground up. There's a lot of sustainability. The Hawks still have a ton of draft capital. They've got some good assets to build with. It feels like trying to buy and sacrificing some of that would, for this season at least, feel like it would almost, I don't know, it would almost like be taking a different path here than what we've seen for the last 4 years. So
I 100% agree that I would stay the course and keep building away there. Because I've heard Merles was talking about the Bruins, and he thinks that regardless, they should sell at the trade deadline. Like, they do not buy. Like, y'all aren't there. Don't buy like this fool's gold. But yeah, I think the Blackhawks are building something special.
I mean, I think Chicago and Columbus are in like similar paths, and like if either one of our teams are like in the hunt at the deadline, like I wouldn't buy like crazy. Like you would hope that your GM knows like who the future is in your organization. Like, your young D like Levshinov and all those dudes, untouchable, Nazar, Bedard, you know who your guys are. You're Spencer Knight. But like if there's like a move to be made where like you'll trade like a second round pick or something for like someone that's like going to be there for like a couple years, it's not like a pure runner. Like you do it. Like you reward your team. Because who was it? It was the Red Wings. Remember when they were like in the hunt and then they missed again, and Dylan Larkin was like, "Yeah, we thought like we'd get more help at the deadline." Like,
yeah, difference
that's your
between
captain.
a buyer and a seller. I mean, there's status quo. You don't necessarily have to. I wouldn't want Chicago selling.
Yeah. No, they're not. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah.
Like you said, if there's a small move to be made that's not even necessarily for this year, but hey, we can get this guy for a second round pick and he's going to be around, and I could see him buying like that.
Yeah, that's why, for better or for worse, you have Trent Frederick on your team.
Yeah. I love Frederick.
Yeah, he was a good punching bag against my team.
He knew he was going to get his tail whipped that night. He knew. I mean, it wasn't even a question. He knew it. He just had to do it. He got called out for not playing physical enough, and I would have been like, Coach, I know what to do. Who are we playing tomorrow? Columbus. Son of a bitch. I got to fight Olivier.
Oh, bad for him.
I would have picked somebody else. Flyers, Panthers really don't do anything for me.
No, not really.
Unless Vlad was cheap enough, but I don't like playing goalies against Florida. Flames and the Lightning. Yeah. Tampa Bay always lets me down. They're one of those teams that consistently, like, they are in a smash spot at home. Calgary sucks, and
Well, the last I checked, like, I don't know, like, if Point is still hurt, but like,
he's not playing well.
Their freaking line, like their stacks, like their power play is like all on different lines. It's just like, nah, whatever.
To me, Tampa Bay is like, let me grab Jake Getzel one off. Let me play Nikita by himself or something. But I don't think I'm looking to. They're an expensive stack for one. Even Sorelli doesn't help bring it down, but so much. But, like I said, that I'm not really looking into stacking that game, and Vast will probably be way too expensive for me. I don't play. Bobby, I have a rule. I don't play 8K goalies. Like,
This is good stuff. See, this is stuff I need to know. Yeah.
I just find no upside in an 8K plus goalie. Because, like, I always think, like when you get down here, the Avalanche, Wedgwood or whatever will probably be the most expensive goalie, 8,400. And if the Avalanche are controlling the ozone, the Sharks aren't going to put up a shot volume to pay off his salary. Maybe on FanDuel where I get to win.
Yeah, and let's talk about that for a second. Like, other than like the Flames and the Preds, what team is like garbage and can't score? Like, no goalie is safe, and like the less shots they face, it's like kind of worse.
You will really see that too. Like, goalie is just not getting peppered by shots. They're not, maybe not in the game. They're not staying loose. And then it's like one shot comes across and scores because you're just not facing any shots.
And like, what team in the NHL
12 stops and giving up a goal?
Yeah, and I don't like see that many teams in the NHL that like actually I'm just like, there's not much talent here. Like, every team is pretty fast and pretty good in general. Like, the Kraken are kind of boring, but
a 35 bonus shutout.
Yeah.
And that's going to get them to what? If it was 35 points, 35 saves, a shutout, and a win, and the save bonus, I still think that's only about 36 points, somewhere in that range.
I'm excited because I already know tomorrow what my night is. I'm watching my team probably lose, and then I'm going to watch Bobby's team just because it's like an hour and a half later. It's going to line up well, and it's like that's a big divisional game. I'm going to watch it, assuming it's on Hulu. But
it is.
Yeah,
I think that Zoos, man, ZUZZ, not to advertise stuff, but that has everything. Like we were watching at the end of the last pod. But that's what I love. But it has everything. But tomorrow will be a great day for hockey. Watch hockey. Get your food ready for Thursday.
Yes. Oh man.
I got a brawn of turkey.
Is Joe Burrow playing on Thursday, Bobby?
Joe Burrow's playing. He's playing.
Did you massage him? Okay.
That's a good slate.
It's probably the best Thanksgiving slate in recent memory.
And even Friday is
Bears Eagles.
Yeah, Bears Eagles. That's.
And tell me if I'm bad, but I'm playing. I feel like Derrick Henry's going to be chalk, but I'm going to be playing one-off Yoshi Boss. That's what I'm doing.
Yoshi Boss. With Jamar coming back, you're playing Yoshi Boss.
Higgins is dead, isn't he?
Is he dead? Is he officially dead?
I think he is, but I don't know.
T. Higgins?
Didn't he get hurt?
I can't imagine that he comes back on a short week from a concussion, but
yeah, it looked really. Dude, I was scared for him.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
like he was like not moving.
He's been involved in two of the most scariest plays I've ever seen. Because he was the one that hit DeMar Hamlin.
Oh
my gosh. That's right.
I was going to say, did he hit Reggie Bush? Was he playing free safety?
No, he was the one that – and I felt bad for him after that hit because what he, what he had to go through, thinking he might have killed somebody.
Yeah.
That was
I didn't
tough.
even realize that.
That's something I'll never forget because it happened not to bring the chat down, and I won't continue the story and stuff, but it happened the day my mom went into the hospital, like leading up to, unfortunateness. But so I always I got home from the hospital and that happened like right when I got home. So
the Bengals are involved with everything bad. Vontaze Burfict has caused so many crimes just because of one hit he laid on Antonio Brown. Like, I'm blaming.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now, but about AD. But yeah, we'll roll through this real quick, and then we can talk a little quick football. Any interest over here? Red Wings Predators.
The Wings have just been phenomenal, man. What a crazy team.
Yeah, I could definitely get on some Red Wings there.
They literally play like riverboat hockey.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say Red Wings viable, all formats. I have no interest in Nashville. Nashville GPP because Detroit can give up some goals. Blues Devils. Yeah, I guess you gotta think about New Jersey a little bit.
Yeah, New Jersey at home.
Yeah.
What is going on? We got to get one of these weeks. I keep forgetting to ask him. This would have been a good week to ask him, but we need to get Chip in here. His team, what is going on? That's like my biggest miss of the season is I had the Blues like in the hunt. Basically, I had the Blues and the Blackhawks swapped.
You just hate to see it, man. You hate to see
I'm
the Blues
fine
struggling. No, I love it. I really love it.
I was laughing. I don't know, like if you saw that Game 7 against Winnipeg. If not, YouTube that. That was the best.
I root against the Blues almost as much as I root for the Hawks. So yeah, I love it.
Stole my Dylan Holloway, Philip Berberg.
See, now that's an ad that would make sense because I think Jordan Kyrou is miserable for whatever reason, and he's got like 6 years left on his contract or something. It would take a lot, but
healthy scratched recently. Yeah,
and he's good as hell.
I'm going to skip this one real quick. Well, y'all can't see what I'm doing. Skip the Wild and the Blackhawks, and we'll come back to that one. Obviously, Sharks, Avalanche. I think we're all in agreement that
the
Avs are always viable. Canadians at Utah.
That's a game stack almost.
Yeah,
like
I like that game. Yeah, that's a game I think all formats. I'm down for that. Especially Barrett Hatton, center in line, won it for free, basically.
Yep. Well, you say that, and then Logan Cooley scores 4 goals yesterday.
Yeah.
That's another Team USA kid.
I don't think I have much interest here. Senators have been playing better. So I think this will be a GPP game for me. What do you think?
Yeah, like like Vegas. I can never figure out. Like they're just good, and they're at home. So that's one of them. Bobby, I do not like Vegas at home. I do not stack against that.
Yeah, like, that makes sense.
It doesn't matter. Tat could be in goal. I'm not stacking like Tat. Put some pillows on.
I cover up a lot of space, so you know.
Oh, Vegas at home is
a lot of interest in Ottawa. You know how confusing it is to watch an Ottawa game, and they're like, "Here from the capital," and I'm like,
"Oh,
the nation's capital." I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh shit, you're talking about Canada. But it always confuses me when they say nation's capital.
I was gonna say he like learned one fact and he's thrown off.
That's so funny.
Hey, I know the Canadian
I
national
love
anthem
that.
by heart. I hear
But
it.
I'll leave us with like one on this the Canucks Ducks. I don't know if like you've like followed in the social medias and all the bullshit but Vancouver's getting hammered on, and like there's a lot of trade rumors out there. And the Ducks are like super fun and they're at home. Like I could see a Duck stomp.
Yeah. The Ducks are all formats for me. Leo Carlson, Terry, and Kreider are not hard to stack up.
Nope.
And the second line is what Cutter or you can just add Cutter for power play 1. And probably not a whole lot of interest here. If DeCord's in goalie, Dallas won a back-to-back.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
So here we go. The Wild and the Blackhawks. I'll let you and Bobby talk about this one. What do you think, Bobby?
I mean, look, I'm biased. I love the Hawks here. I think this is a really interesting game for the Hawks because kind of going to get to see what they're made of. They've lost a couple in a row now, I think, and obviously close game against the Avalanche. But you're coming off of, I think it was 2 games ago when Bedard got called for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and the Hawks ended up losing because of it. I'm blanking on who they were playing, but they played a power play. They made a power play goal, and the Hawks ended up losing, and they haven't won since. So, to me, it's as a fan, I'm concerned. I think this game will kind of set the tone for the rest of the season if the Hawks are, for real, going to be at least somewhat competing for a playoff spot, or not. We'll kind of see what they're made of. So, I like the matchup. Gotta love Bedard. The defenseman, if Spencer Knight's playing, I think depending on his price, he's going to be a slam dunk play as well. So, it'll be interesting. Foligno being out too is kind of made things a little more messy. So I'm also, again, kind of like waiting to see how things shake out here. But I'm excited for the game.
I just remember share the podcast at all.
My free bet is to bet the under on that game. It's going to be tight. And I'm assuming Spencer Knight would go. And I don't know which Swedish goalie is going to go for Minnesota, but like Wallsted's been insane.
Yeah.
And he's another young kid.
Yeah, I would definitely have some. I mean, I have interest all around in this game. I play both offenses. I take chances on both goalies. I think both goalies could see some volume. Depends on the price. But I don't know if either one of them will be above 8K.
Is Frank back? I don't even
Frank
know.
Nazar, yeah, he's back. He should play. Foligno's really the big injury, and he's going to be out for a while. So, but yeah, Nazar should play.
Well, we're not going to get football questions because, like I said, I forgot to share the stream. So I'll just have to post it as a watch afterwards. But I mean, I guess we could. Any football thoughts for people who do watch later? Since we have the football guru, how are you on 3 gamers? I don't know if I can see any difference in my game between a regular slate and a 3 gamer.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm more of a risky, kind of like contrarian type of player. So I find myself almost to a painful point trying to like fade certain chalk and be overweight on certain, low owned guys just because it's just such a great opportunity on such a short slate. So even more so, just kind of trying to find that cheap value that isn't chalky is kind of like one of the things that I do first and foremost, which is kind of tough on a slate like this. You mentioned Yoshivas. That's actually one of the more intriguing tournament options.
Hey, are you guys doing a show before the slate?
Yep,
Hey.
we'll be doing the show tomorrow.
Noon or something like that.
Yeah, a little tournament
Give
tactics.
the goons
tomorrow
a shout
afternoon.
out on Yoshivas. There you go.
Oh,
you would have seen it already
bet.
when you do your research, but it's just funny. It'd be funny.
I like it. What about you guys? Are you playing the slate?
So to pick your brain is one of I'll play a little bit, but is one of the contrarian things, just looking at it, like how I like asked you to like scroll through the hockey games and be like, what do you like? Whatever. Me, I'm just like, as a simpleton, I'm just like Derek Henry, Jeremiah Gibbs, or Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer.
See,
No, you're good.
I know his name, but yeah, I'm just like, we'll do that, figure it out. But like, is contrarian Bobby going to Montgomery a little bit?
Probably not. Packers are a stellar defense. They're really good against the run. I've kind of been off of Monty. This offense has shifted. It used to be more of a split between those two guys, Gibbs and Monty, but this season, new offensive coordinator. Now you got Campbell calling the plays. Monty hasn't been nearly as involved. So I think what you said makes a lot of sense. You want to attack Cincy, right? Henry looked great last week. Probably another spot they're going to feed him. But yeah, it's interesting. People, I think, are going to be scared off of, some of these blowout games. Like you mentioned Henry, I think Lamar is a really intriguing tournament play. Since he stinks, they're horrible defensively. Maybe Burrow kind of puts up some points, and Lamar just needs to bounce back. And there's no better spot than this one. So I'm hoping his ownership is kind of down because he's had some real stinkers since returning from injury outside of his first game back. But yeah, I think some of these, really all the underdogs, I think are really intriguing from a DFS perspective on a slate like this. Packers haven't looked good, but Jordan Love finds a way to pop off at the most random times, and Detroit's been a little more vulnerable defensively. I mean, we saw Jameis Winston pop off against them a little bit last week. So I'm gonna have some Jordan Love stacks. I think the Cowboys kind of got some momentum here. The Chiefs have really looked awful. Like they won last week, but it was a really ugly win. I like targeting the Cowboys. I think they'll be really low owned, and they're at home. So I think kind of the underdogs are the contrarian spot to look on a slate like this.
Yeah, I feel like I have to love Pickens, the way he's been playing for Dallas.
Yeah, CD Lamb's he's gonna be unknown, CD, and we're waiting for a big game from him. So yeah, I think Pickens probably an all format play. CD kind of like a tournament pivot there, and he's gonna be pretty cheap actually.
Buddy Binks, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side? And if you say stuffing, your subscription is void and canceled.
Oh, jeez.
Gone.
I mean, that's fair.
Don't test me.
Man. Tough crew.
My favorite side.
Well, everyone has like the same entrees and pies and stuff. It was all good.
I think it'd have to be for me, it'd be mac and cheese or like twice baked potatoes, something like that.
Oh,
Tat, did you just now share the stream when we're like done and now?
Never shared.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
I was like, he's sharing, and we're talking about football and Thanksgiving food. Oh well.
Are y'all basically the same, like turkey and ham? Is that Thanksgiving, or got any lasagna guys or?
God, no.
ham, mac and cheese, all the other stuff, and pie and stuff. Yeah.
Corn pudding.
Sure. If
We go to my
brings-
aunt and uncle's, they do like a deep fried turkey, which is really interesting.
Still never had one.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Turkey's kind of meh in general for
Yeah.
me, but the
Yeah.
deep fried stuff that puts it over the edge.
I cook one in.
Yeah.
I get the like butterball 2 breasts that are put in that mesh bag or whatever.
Yep.
I cook that in my air fryer, and it is
Yes.
like great. Peanut butter jelly sandwich. That's always good.
And I kind of want to roast Raz a little bit because I want to see if he ends up watching. I know he's not going to.
Right
But,
now, he's in.
I know he's hunting, but like I don't know about you, but like it is miserable outside here, like wet and gross in the Midwest here in Ohio. Like, is he just thriving out there? Like, who enjoys this?
Hunting is not like on my radar. One, I couldn't kill an animal, so I couldn't look at a deer and shoot it. So they're too cute.
Where are you at, Tattoo? Again? Where are you based?
I'm in
Where are you out
Virginia.
of? Okay, that's right.
I can walk out. Like I walked outside 2 or 3 hours ago, and 5 deer just like were grazing in my backyard, running through, and it's like I couldn't imagine like hurting them. Like they're my buddies. I try to talk to them.
You and Geek, football geek, both talking to the animals. I love it.
Sean's the same way. I just love animals. Anything that
Oh yeah, we
kind of can't protect itself, or
yeah.
like children, You see,
I'm with you guys.
It just makes me sick. Old people, like,
This just sounded funny.
What
I
a
mean, like,
transition.
on old people, or, dude, I've like been at the grocery store and watched an old couple, like both of them, like got the backs bent over, and like holding each other's hands, and I'm like in tears,
Yep.
just like, watching it. Like,
No, okay. I'll bring the mood back up because I've seen that exact thing, and then I have less sympathy because the dude crapped himself.
Oh, you have less sympathy because of that? That's sad.
That's sad. No, I think it's hilarious. I mean, it is sad, but I'm just like,
I'm just messing with you.
I turned to my better half and I was just like, if I'm ever to this point and you just smack me with the shovel and bury me with it, it's fine. I understand. It's over.
You say that, and well, things with Thanksgiving, things thankful for. You say that kind of stuff, but I mean, I had to change my mom's diaper.
Yeah.
I had to clean behind her, change her for the world.
Oh yeah.
So it's like and I wouldn't have ever thought I'd be able to do it, but when the time comes, you do it.
Oh yeah.
There's no thoughts to it. It's just that's what's got to be done, and so. But I'm thankful for that time that I got to spend with them.
Yep.
So.
What a sweet man.
So. I know Sean, you're not always, but I believe I'll see him again. So.
No,
I mean, I'm saying you're not super, religious, blah, 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 blah. So I wasn't trying to get into all that, but I'm just saying.
No. And like more the power to you, man. Like I wish I could get there. Like that's cool. I'm more envious than I am judgmental.
Yeah. It's just, faith is important, I think. So,
yeah.
Gotta have faith in something. So now that I've done a great job of bringing this down.
No, it's good stuff. It's good. It's Thanksgiving fodder, thankfulness, reflection. That's good.
Family.
Good.
I mean, I consider all you guys my family. So
that's why you got a tat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. That's
Hey, I've
crazy, man.
been
We don't talk
around
about that
you
enough.
guys for 5, going on 6 some years now. So, a lot
Well,
of
I'm
great
thankful
people.
for you guys. I'll tell you that. Thankful for you having me on for DFS Army. Like you said, it's like it really is. This crew is like some of my good friends. Some of my best friends. I tell Kevin all the time, like, I never even met you, but you feel like a best friend. I mean, that's kind of just so bizarre. I don't know that anyone else would understand it, but this really truly is a close group of friends.
I went through.
I'll hop in the DMs
while at the Army, and like, I mean, you wouldn't think, but it's like people did a lot. Geek did a lot for me. Like everybody was always there. Talk to you, check on you. Like Ash. He's he's always on you, and it's like Bob. Me and Bob are good friends. Like we've hung out in real life.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, Sean texted me, DM me during the game. It's like, hey, I'm rooting for your team. He'll message me about the Hawks. I love that. That's some of what I've kind of missed as I've gotten older. I used to talk sports with my buddies all the time when I was young, but you kind of lose that as you get older and more responsibility or kids or family, whatever. But it's been awesome, man.
Yeah, which makes this great. I can pick up my phone, if I'm down or whatever, I can pick up my phone and, I text Sean and Sam, and like we have a group chat and we're always talking and chirping each other, or, I mean, honestly,
he's only nice.
Huh?
Sam is only nice. We are rude.
Yeah. I mean, Sam keeps me and you.
Oh, I tell everyone all the time, like, especially like when he like can start hopping on again.
Yeah,
he is Ernie.
Body,
he's
Ernie. Is Ernie, and I'm Shaq, and he's Chuck. That's what it is.
I mean,
I can see that. Honest to God, I can see that.
Like, hey, I wanted to know. I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. Like. He's just kind of guy he is. He's just a great person. So
I haven't interacted much with him, but he totally gives off Ernie Johnson vibes. That is a great comparison.
He's a great host too, because I think he just has the teacher mentality.
Yeah, I agree.
So he's just
patient with it.
He's a great guy.
Troublesome students like me.
We have a really great crew, So
yeah, and even if like once he starts hopping on again, we like often will have that fourth slot available. And like you said about like the friendship and like the family, like I feel like if I DM Bobby, he's like yes, or like we're talking about like what's going on in his life or whatever. And then same with Burns is like giving me updates, and Razzle's like, I'm gonna be in a tree somewhere. Like that's where he is. But like I feel like every single like guest we have on like isn't like doing a burden. Like they're like actually friends. Like
yes. It's like people who would drop things if you had a need. Even though you haven't met them. Like I have confidence that if something came up and I needed someone to help me, fly out here for whatever reason, or I know there are people that would do it in a DFS Army crew, and that's a good feeling to have. That's something to be thankful for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, the community can't be beat. I think if I ever quit playing DFS or whatever, I wouldn't want to leave.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Like I still want to be around. Like these guys are my friends and my family, and I'm sure we could talk outside of DFS Army, blah, 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 blah. But still, you want to be in that community. So.
Yep, I agree. I love that. Burns loves home road splits. He probably never leaves the house.
He lives like literally 10 minutes from me. I haven't seen him in person. We're going to have to change that.
Well, I know he goes out because he goes to Ohio State football games. So.
Yeah, he'll watch every game because he's an alumni, and like I'm just like, dude, you're getting like the spread's like 47. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm a Michigan fan, so I've had
Ugh.
the upper hand for a few years on them.
I mean, I'm technically an Ohio State fan. Like, if I'm pulling for a team, it's just I don't get into sports where there's not much parity. I just feel like that's like college. Like, I don't blame anyone for like enjoying or being an alumni, or like I understand where the money's at and like that it's fun. But like,
I think I could watch
other
a
than
college game over a random NFL game. So.
I'm
Yeah, I
like,
imagine that's harder if you're a fan of a really good team, right? Or you align with a really, really good team. I could totally see that
yeah,
being more detrimental to like how much you like the sport. Like I'm an Illini fan, so my team has stunk forever and ever until the last 2 seasons. So like the parity to me, I love being the underdog. So I eat that stuff up.
You're gonna laugh at this one. It's the last time. Well, I mean, I guess the last time I was at the Jackets outdoor game last year, but the last football time I was at the shoe was actually a Juice Williams loss.
No way you were at that game. Oh my gosh.
I was in a suite as a kid.
Juice. I think maybe Rashard Mendenhall probably was on that team too.
Yep. They beat us.
Yep. I remember
I
that
actually
game.
cared as the kid too. It like broke my heart, and now I was like,
the Buckeyes were number 1, I think, weren't they?
I mean, they were supposed to be. I forget even.
That was a long time ago, man. A really long time.
Hey, but you said you're an Illini fan, so like
that's
I
good.
figured you would know who Juice Williams was.
That warmed my heart. Yeah, Juice. I mean, how could I? Every Illini fan knows Juice.
Now just imagine that Caleb's Williams is Juice Williams.
Ugh.
There you go.
Caleb, guys, he's a problem for this league. He is a problem. The Bears are officially back. They're kind of like the Hawks, right? Where they weren't expected to be super great this season, and they're kind of like, they're above expectation this season, their performance. Like, it feels like they've moved kind of a little bit quicker in this whole process of Ben Johnson coming in, rookie, second-year quarterback. Caleb, you got a bunch of young guys all over the field. So it's a really fun time to be a Chicago fan. Hawks, Bears, forget the Bulls. They're going to be in mediocrity forever, but we got the Bears and the Hawks.
Hit me, and I was like, I'm ready for baseball.
All right, you need to chill.
I've been ready since the Cubs season had man.
I mean, especially after last year was such a disappointment with the Orioles after 2 good years, and then like just to fall off the end of the earth. We signed Taylor Ward or traded for Taylor Ward. I like that. We still need pitching, but
yeah, wow, kind of like the Blues in hockey. The Orioles, it doesn't make sense why they fell off like that.
A lot of pitching injuries, but still, it was quite a fall.
All right. Well, do we want to bid everyone a happy holiday and Thanksgiving? And
Bobby will see y'all at noon tomorrow
I believe it's noon tomorrow. Yep. Tournament Tactics special edition.
Can't wait for that. That is always a good time with that crew. So
yeah. They've
been feel your pain, buddy. That is the Mets, man. Very similar.
Hey, you got
a lot of disappointment.
Marcus Semien now.
Yeah, I do like that trade for the Mets.
Freaking Ellie De La Cruz we don't have the money. Like, we just he's gonna want to have to want to be a Red. Oh my gosh! If he extends, I'll get his jersey. But
as long as he doesn't
want to be a Red, I don't know that anyone would fit that description.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Who said that they wanted to be Cincinnati Red forever, and even to the point this would probably give it away.
Nick Castellanos
tried all the Bengals to sign him, and it was Dion, that he loved Cincinnati so much that he wanted to be a Red, and they just couldn't get the Bengals to ever, entertain it.
It's a sad state of affairs for Cincy.
Yes.
As far as I know, my buddy's son still plays for the Reds, but if he stays, or he's been hurt for 2 years. So. Connor Overton.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yep.
No. Yeah, well, I guess we will let you go, and I don't think baseball is going to get a salary cap, unfortunately.
There's going to be a big lockout, though. I'm telling you.
Probably.
When the players don't want a salary cap and all of the owners do, you get hockey in 2005 or whatever it was. Not to bring the mood down. It's football, Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
Just don't expect baseball in 24 months.
Ugh, don't say that.
Yeah, we'll address that when we get there because I don't want to think about it. My gosh.
For me, for Sean, for Bobby, we thank you. Happy, Merry Thanksgiving, whatever it is. Happy Thanksgiving. Cuck. I don't think I meant cuck. No cucks here. Just clucking along.
Get us out of here.
I will hit end stream.
Yeah, you will.